This is Fireballing Through College. Fireballing Through College. The actual hell we're doing because we're strong and independent women. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. This is your co-host, Camila.
And your co-host, Catherine.
Welcome to another episode of Fireballing Through College.
I know, episode 5. This is crazy.
It's exciting.
We're making money moves, baby.
Yes.
And just saying, I know that I discussed in the first episode that Camila and I started this podcast because we've had super boring quarantines. But honestly, lately we've been doing some really interesting and fun things that I cannot wait to talk about on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm gonna say is Camila has really been improving her Italian language skills.
Just like you. So, I mean, honestly, next summer, catch me in Europe. That's just what's going to happen.
No, I'm dragging you there if you're not there voluntarily. You're getting on the plane. We're going. That's after I get my vaccine, we're there. We have school online for the next 5 months. So
Woo!
Catch Camila and I really being dedicated to this podcast because we're going to be stuck at our houses for a lot longer.
Yeah, just hanging in there. Can't wait to go back. And I know like we've talked a lot about clubbing and you might think that's all we do. In reality, we actually are doing pretty well in school and we really value our education. And we think like, I think we said it in one episode, like we're in college to study. So, I mean, yeah, we like doing that as well as partying.
Absolutely. We're here trying to get our real education to become real professionals in our degrees. Shocking.
And be strong, independent women. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So we thought we discussed how can you get the best of both worlds. So
you get the best of both worlds. Chill it out, take it slow.
So yeah, I guess this is how to thrive academically and not die while also partying.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you thrive academically and not die, because you party and hang out with your friends. Because otherwise you'd just be slaving away all day long.
You would be. That's true.
But actually, this is also shocking. We do other social things besides go clubbing. First of all, I find myself incapable of controlling my body frequently when I'm on my way to the library, and I somehow just magically end up at Camila's doorstep. And the best times are whenever I knock on the door of Munson and food has just come out of the oven.
Yes.
Jackie will be making biscuits, or Fabi with her nachos and guac, which is
you know we love guac.
Yeah, we love guac. And also we eat dinner or lunch a lot of times whenever our schedules line up or we've been in the library together for a few hours, which is always really fun.
Yeah, and we have some like really good memories of mental escapades where we like allowed ourselves to take a break from studying, even though sometimes for me it's like I'm like obligated to do so by my friends. Like, no, you have to take this break.
This is true.
But like it might seem like you need that precious time to study, but time that you use for your mental health, I think it's not wasted study time at all. And I think one of like the best examples that I can think of is freshman year. We volunteered for, what was that called?
No, yeah, we had to do a volunteer thing for WLP
for our program.
I signed up to do a Christmas volunteer thing for Salvation Army. And I didn't want to do it alone because I was going to have to wake up really early on a Saturday morning. So I dragged you and Fran into doing it. Yeah. And we did like a Toys for Tots thing for Salvation Army at a Capitals game.
Yeah, I remember I had a chemistry exam like that week. So I was very stressed. And I even took all my chemistry notes to the volunteering side just so I could like study in between.
TBH, I don't ever remember you doing that.
Really? Whenever I have like a big exam, I always take my notes everywhere.
You're
like
a huge nerd.
I know I am. I just feel like if I have my notes, like it'll just go into my brain by osmosis. You know, it'll just like.
I wish that were true. That doesn't work for me. But
I know. But
Oh
Gotta
my God,
try.
you crack me up. But it was such a fun experience. They had Lars Eller, who had scored the winning goal for the Capitals, sign
Lars.
these posters of him, and we were to give it out to the people who donated toys. So some of them had his signature and some of them did not. And it was so awesome to like give somebody a poster after they had donated a toy, and like this like signed poster by this super professional
Yeah.
hockey player. But anyways, after we had done that, I think we were outside for like an hour, getting toys from people, having fun, dancing to some Christmas music. We're putting our stuff away, and they give us 3 tickets to the Capitals.
Yeah. And they were
And
like good tickets. Like those
they
were
were
good seats.
amazing seats. I think that we looked it up afterwards, and if we had bought those tickets, it would have been $300 a
Yeah,
piece.
exactly. And I know I've never been to an ice hockey game
All 3 of
match.
us had never been to an ice hockey game. Neither had Fran nor I.
It's so cool. I loved
It
it.
was so fun, and it was, I mean, none of us were expecting to get the
Yeah,
tickets.
exactly. It was
We
so
had just
unexpected and bet that I threw my chemistry notes away.
I know. We had the best time, and we were like, Lars, go
Yeah,
Lars.
Lars. Then each of us got a poster of Lars. I think he was in my room for like a year.
He was in
So
my
long.
room. I think I still have the poster. It's
Oh
in
my God.
storage. I'm gonna keep it forever because that was one of the best memories that we had.
We love you, Lars. You're the only hockey player I know.
Exactly.
Uh,
But beyond that, I remember also when we were studying for midterms sophomore year, and one thing we love to do, honestly, when we're studying is just planning trips together.
yeah, we planned a trip to the Dominican Republic. We planned a trip. Well, I planned a trip to Cancun, which did not happen. Thank you, COVID.
And we planned our trip to Shenandoah because
Yes.
Jackie was listening to
Take
the
me home. Is that the song? Country
roads. I think
road.
so. To
Shenandoah
play
River. West Virginia.
Shenandoah River.
Yeah, that's like a part of the song.
Anyways, I think Jackie mentioned it to me, and I said, absolutely. I couldn't think of something I would like to do more right now than to escape GW.
And it's so funny. We rented an Airbnb from this guy named Jonathan.
Yep.
Cool house. It was
It was
lit.
such a cool house.
It had like 3 rooms, but we all slept in the same room. It was
I think that there were actually like 4 rooms, and there was a little like nook thing at the
Yeah.
top, which was so beautiful and romantic.
Yeah, I mean the
Yep.
house was located in this like ski resort, and so we had an amazing view of like a forest.
And we made cookies, didn't we?
Yeah, we did make cookies, and then we went
And we
hiking.
watched Sabrina, we went hiking.
But yeah, we also rented a car, and it was like the first time we were all like driving together on a road trip. It was amazing.
It was
I
a
loved
really
it.
fun trip. I would love to go back.
Yeah, we have to. Jonathan, please take us again.
Yeah, take us back. Those were great non-clubbing stories, and I loved both of those endeavors, little journeys that we took together.
Yeah.
But we, as you may know, do go out a lot, so we thought we'd share some of our wisdom based on, like, we're like some old turtles. Like, oh, my wisdom.
My wisdom. We're only juniors, dude. Like who do we think we are?
I know. And I feel robbed, really. I should be a sophomore because COVID has taken away at least a year of school for me. So we thought we'd share some of our wisdom based on our mistakes and how we do it. We club like the right kind of way, maybe? Right
Yeah,
question
I
mark
guess.
way. So first is you have to take advantage of the first couple of weeks of school because it's syllabus week. Even if you don't think it's syllabus week and you have work to do, it's actually syllabus week, and you definitely do not have to do that work.
Yeah, I think it seems like there's a lot of work to do because they just hit you with all these deadlines and all these readings, and you're like, well, freaking out that you have to do all these things. But honestly, just take a few weeks, chill, enjoy, party.
Yeah, reconnect with your friends, party.
Yeah.
That's the best time to do it. And specifically, one of the best things for me is to be very smart about your grade percentages. So you're only freaking out or slaving away at the library if something really important is coming up, like midterms or finals that are worth 30, 40% of your grade. And if you're slaving away every Thursday night at the library for your Friday discussion quiz that you have every week that's worth 0.2% of your grade, then you're doing it wrong.
You are. I think I learned that the hard way. Last year I had physics quizzes every Friday and I would be really stressed. I usually did so bad in them, but they were not worth that much. So like I ended up with a pretty good grade in that class. And yeah, just learn from what Catherine says. I think I didn't do that freshman year and I should have for sure.
Yeah, and I still struggle a little bit because I'm like, wait, but it's a quiz. What if I
Like
fail
you
the
still want to
class?
do well in everything,
Yeah, you
but
want to do well in everything, but you can't spend your life slaving away over every single
exactly.
piece of homework.
Yeah.
But on that note, you should tire yourself out the week before midterms or finals. So the last place on earth that you want to be is the club. So I remember pretty much every time we have a huge test coming up, we tire ourselves out, but a few days in advance so we can grind so hard at the library and I can hit the gym. It's like we have our grind back
Yeah.
and we do well on our tests and then we don't worry about it until the next grind time. You know?
Yeah, I
Which
agree.
I feel very passionate about that way of studying because it really does work. Because you don't want to be at the club if you've been there for the past 20 times.
Okay, next advice. I think this is a little hypocritical coming from me. So, Catherine is really good at this, but never mix school with having fun and like clubbing because it'll just ruin you, right?
I don't know why you do this next one. This has never crossed my mind ever.
So sometimes when I'm clubbing, I'm like, oh, let me check if my grade is up for my chemistry class. Let's just
Oh
see.
my God. Yeah, I don't have that problem, but you need to fix that because you need to have time for yourself where you're not freaking out
I just need
about.
to know. I'm like so anxious. I remember we went to the Dominican Republic at the end of our freshman year and everyone was like, "No, we can't check our grades till we leave the Dominican Republic." And I was like, "No. No, no, no. I'm checking my grades every day, every hour."
The funny thing is we all made that pack, and Camila, the second she said that she had checked her grades, 4 other people were like, "Of course I check my grades."
I don't think I've ever agreed to that. I'm sorry, but I know myself too well that I'm incapable of not checking my grades.
Well, Jackie and I stuck by the rule, and I still stand by that. Don't mix your fun and your school.
Yes. Yeah, whatever. But
Crazy.
I think
You're
like
insane.
I don't know. I think we live like on different schedules, you know? Like we go to bed at like 4 or 5 a.m. when we go out, but then somehow we wake up at like 9 a.m. or like 8:30 a.m. We go to Panera, we get a large iced coffee, and then we hit the library. I mean, we meet with our friends and we hit the library. And then we stay in the library like all day.
It's magic, honestly. It's like we're witches because we stay up all night and then we perform this magical thing where we wake up and we're willing to pull ourselves to go study
Exactly.
Spanish or econ or politics or bio. It's insane.
Yeah, I know. We are witches. And I think everyone should, I mean, if you can, do it. Do it that way.
Exactly. Do it the witch way. We're like a coven.
The
Do
Coven
it the coven
Way.
way. That's what
Yes. Okay. That's what's gonna be called. The
yeah.
Coven Way.
This is you club the coven style. Boom.
Yes. Love that. Do it. Try it. Tell us how it goes. So yeah, do it the Coven Way because I mean sometimes it is necessary to go out. You know, like you need
Absolutely.
to clear your head.
And I feel very spiritually about having this academic fun balance.
I love it. It's like your spiritual journey. Just
It is
having
having the right amount of fun and going to the library the amount of time because I feel out of tune with my life when I'm not rocking the best grades. So when I'm going clubbing and I don't have good grades, feeling kind of off and I don't really want to be there. But vice versa, when I nail a test and I go to St. Eve's, it's like they know. They're playing The Pursuit of Happiness. They're like, blase, 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 da-na, and I'm having the time of my life. They're playing all my favorite songs. You guys all decided to come out. It's like the world knows that I'm the best version of myself.
The planets are aligned when you do it the Coven way.
Exactly.
But it is tricky. I think you just have to have like a good balance of clubbing and studying.
Absolutely.
And I definitely think at the beginning of last year, I felt very guilty for going out and having so much fun. I was like, this shouldn't be allowed. Like, I should just be stressed about school, you know? In the end, I realized that I should just not care and worry about me doing what's best for me. Maybe some people can do it the Coven way. Maybe others can. I can. I think I can. I actually remember one time we went out for Halloween and my costume like required blood on my neck.
Oh my God.
And I was unable to wipe out that blood. Like I tried everything and I still had blood on my neck. And I had a physics discussion on Friday afternoon and I had to go to that physics discussion with blood on my neck. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. It's fine. Who cares? And then this girl like looked at me and she was like, is that blood? And I was like, yes.
It was like putting her hair around her neck.
Yeah.
Look at me.
As if I was like hiding a hickey, for God's sakes. It was like just blood. Anyway.
That would be a really weird hickey because it was like going down your neck.
Yeah. That's so funny. So yeah. I think another good advice that I know I do it all the time is just get some food after clubbing. Don't skip that. I think it's really important and you'll feel so much better the next day. And there are like so many good places in DC where you can get food. And one of my favorites, Crepe Way, you all know. Just get yourself a crepe. You can also go to Surfside. That's a place where they sell tacos and it's just Mexican food and it's amazing.
I love Surfside.
It's so good. And then oh my God, there's this place called, I don't think I've taken you, Kathleen, but called Julia's Empanadas.
Yeah, we went together. The first time, I remember I almost got a fight the first time I went there because the guy was being so racist.
You're right. But we got our empanadas and we left. And they are open 24/7. And they have like empanadas from every Latino country and you can try them all. Oh my God. I need one right now.
It sounds delicious.
Where's that place where we get like chicken fingers and mozzarella sticks?
It's in Shankman. That's all I remember.
It's like in a building called Shankman. If you go to GW,
I just call it, I think, the chicken place because I absolutely have no idea
the
what
chicken
it's called.
place. So yeah, I mean, honestly, 100% go get food after going out. You won't
Absolutely. And I think my last piece of advice is if we're all witches, then we're all a coven together. So just because we're on the same wavelength, you can't let your fellow witches go out alone or study alone. So if one of your witches, aka Catherine, wants to go out, then Camila should always be obligated to join her.
I mean, and you know I am. You know I'm always joining you.
I was actually thinking about this because somehow you find the willingness to stay up until 4 a.m. when we go out. But when I'm alone in the library at past 11 p.m., you and Fabi are like, I'm so tired. I need to go to bed.
That's right. I'm such a baby. I go to bed so early because I also have early classes and I like to wake up early and have the entire day where I can do stuff. I hate waking up late. But if I'm out partying with my friends, like I said before, I just want to keep the party going so I can stay up late.
I think that's a fib. That's a lie. You made me stay there by myself.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not good at staying late at the library at all.
So yeah, you have to stick with your coven. That's how you club the Coven way.
And that's how you thrive.
Absolutely. So we've also compiled a small list about how to thrive academically. Just the most important things. But these, I think, are basically how to work smarter and not harder type things.
Yep.
So as I already mentioned in the first episode, or no, I think that was the third episode. In the third episode was you should always use Rate My Professor because you will like the class more and generally get a better grade if you like the way they teach and the type of person they are. And when you ask your professors for help, they're more likely to assist you if they have a better rating on Rate My Professor. At least this has just been my own personal experience as well as like our friends.
I think also just ask around because, like, I know at least in the STEM community in college, like, everyone knows the classic professors. Everyone knows who's like the hardest professor, who's like the easiest one, quote unquote. I don't think any of them are easy, but you know, like, you should always ask around to people that are older than you, maybe who have taken those classes before, because they can give you really good advice. And like, if you end up having a bad professor because you have no other choice, if someone else has like already taken that professor, like, they can give you good advice of how to thrive in that class.
Absolutely. And also, I think something that I've just started to work on is making friends in your classes who you can study with. What else?
So also talk to your TAs, or yeah, your teaching assistants, because they can give you hints about what's going to be on the exam, and they can also help you a lot with your homework.
Yeah, that will just help me so much. Getting those hints will help you at least raise a letter grade 100% in the class. My last hint would be to do the extra credit because that will help you raise your grade. And even though you don't want to do it, it's worth it because who wants a bad grade at the end of the semester? Not me.
Yeah, not me either. But I guess what we want you to take from this episode is that yes, you're in school to learn, but you're also allowed to have fun, and you should. I know we hear it a lot, like, oh, I'll have time for fun once I get my degree, or I'll have time for fun once I don't know, get my first job, or things like that. But it's not healthy to live for the future. You should like always live for the present. This is the time to have fun. This is the time to enjoy my life, hang out with my friends, and party as much as I can while also thriving academically.
Absolutely. And I think for myself, I know I never want to live a life that doesn't involve some version of having a good time because that's just not the life I ever want to live. So I know I want to be meeting my goals that are outside of having fun while also just enjoying my life as anyone should.
Yeah. Yes.
So basically, don't have a stick up your butt. Thank you.
Also, this reminds me of that time when we were in Missouri, and I had this was like spring break, and I had a psychology exam the Monday after spring break, which sucked. And I was really stressed studying while in Missouri. But then I reached a point where I was like, you know what? Let's just not. I'll just study when I get back on like Sunday.
See, that's the difference between you and me because I know I won't study, so I don't even bring my stuff with me. So I just do it when I get there. But you stress me out by being worried and anxious and thinking you should study, and then you don't ever end up studying anyway.
I know. I take all my note cards. I take my computer. That was just like extra weight for the trip, to be honest.
Absolutely. But anyways, we're going to be talking about Missouri next episode.
Yes, I think we should.
So I cannot wait to tell this story because it is one of the most fun times I've had in my life.
Also, please give us a like, a follow, or subscribe from whatever platform you're listening in. That would be really helpful for us.
Absolutely. And just show us some love. We know you're listening. So don't pretend like you're not. We know you are. We see it when you listen. So
we see it. Let's just try to grow this community. We want more people to listen, to hear our annoying voices, my annoying laughter,
our ASMR.
our sexy ASMR.
I also was deleting all of my web pages on Safari, the old ones, and I saw ASMR, like sexy ASMR on there, and I don't ever remember looking that up.
Watch Catherine trying to look up how to be sexy at ASMR.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm after that self-confidence episode. That's all I'm doing with my life, trying to come up with sexy ASMR.
Oh yeah,
putting myself out there.
Okay. Thank you for listening. We love you all as always.
Bye. We can't wait to have our next episode. Winky, winky, wink.
Missouri, baby.
Missouri time.